Oops. Okay, how far am I up?
Well, you're not lifting the car at all yet.
It's just a suspension. Okay.
Okay, I don't know if you've gone up at two yet, but maybe one.
Alright.
Not quite one.
Not quite one? Jeesh.
Okay, I got one tooth out of that.
Okay. Well, the first thing that I gotta do is I gotta wrap up the engine and get it out of the way. There, like one great big Christmas present. Hey, do you want to help me fix? Sure you do. Alright, back in the shop. Got new winter, some old rims, match the bolt pattern for winter time. So yeah, I will be riding this once in a while in the winter, so be nice to have some good rubber on the car. I am keeping this whole car original. It's just, I need better rubber. Just had to move a tire, and I thought, hey, why not try a non-directional tire? Kind of gives you that post-war kind of look. 47, I think 48 was the Berlin airlift. So I think these are horrible in snow, though. I've never tried a Jeep in the snow. Let me know in the comments. Anyway, need new tires. So I'm documenting this for myself because I don't have very much experience in classic cars. And now I found out that another family member owns the same kind of vehicle. So this might be beneficial, I don't know. Okay, so let's move on. All right, in order to take off the hood, it is lock wired. So I got to cut the lock wire. And then I've got some bolts to take out, 1, 2, and then third bolt, which is right here. Take off 3 bolts on this side, 3 bolts on that side, and the hood should come off. Okay, so in order to take the brackets off for the hood, all I got to do is just take these 2 bolts out, and then this one is inside the firewall, and I'll show you where. Okay, and then there's the nut and bolt end for that side I got to take out. Okay, so these hood brackets I can't forget. There's a in the middle dog bone here, this guy. There is a 1/2 inch bolt with a 7/16 nut. It's the only one that has a nut. And then the other 2 are just, they're bolts, but they're special bolts with 2 washers. One's a stainless thin washer. It's almost like a shim. And then just a normal washer after that. So don't forget that. Okay, now it's the fender. Took out a lot of bolts, just a couple to deal with. But in the fender well there by the firewall, we've got 1 anchor nut that was spinning from last video. So we're going to go and chase after that. Here's the second to last one. But it appears that I got a lot of debris to empty out, so I'll empty that out and see if I'm lucky. Either that or the anchor nut is underneath the running board, and if that's the case, I'm just gonna have to cut the bolt. I don't know about you, but I'm celebrating. Outer fender is disattached, so let's take it off. Okay, so on the outer fender there was a piece of rubber that was just up against the frame. I guess it was to make sure it wasn't chattering, so can't forget that. Also, there is rotten webbing. So I'm not entirely sure if I could just use a rubber instead of a cloth. I don't know what the deal is there, but that needs to be replaced. And then up here on the inner fender, there's a felt here too. It's kind of common on actually M38A1s as well. So that needs to be replaced. All right, to get the inner fender off, it's taking that bolt out. The underneath is all free floating. And then what I got to do is I got to take all these out right here. This panel here is just joined to the fender. It all comes off in one piece. And that should do it. Keep in mind that the bolts that we're taking out, there's a support bracket. So those two will be there. The other two are just pretty well easy to get at. I don't know if you can see that. There's one and there's two. But yeah, these ones are going to be a little bit longer. So I got to remember that. There we go. All right, so the inner fenders are removed. Pretty easy to do. It's going to give me tons of access for engine removal and whatnot. Somebody was asking why I didn't just take all the bolts out on both sides, leave the front grille and everything, and remove it out in one piece. As you can tell, I don't have the room for that. And not only that, but there are pieces that actually need to be redone, as far as like, I want my fenders sprayed in the inside. And as well, I'm thinking about devising a way of lining the inner fender with plastic, kind of like a plastic fender well, I guess, just to protect it from snow and pickle and whatnot. And as far as the corrosion goes, it's not too bad. It's actually really quite clean. So just a few little areas, but yeah, so there you go. You guys have a great Christmas and all, and Happy New Year.